Yo, this podcast episode, YouTube video presentation is essentially about my company, Your Scape Goat, a smart grazing company, but also about the goat conversation. And it's really just a introduction, orientation to kind of get people to understand who I am. I don't really care about being well known. I want to be known well. So I don't need millions of followers. I just need people who know me to know me well. And you'll love me, you'll support me. This video is for anybody who love goats, future customers. Those of y'all who watching the video, you can pause it. Special thanks, of course, to Neville, Ray Lewis, Jim Rohn, Tom Brady, because Tom Brady is the GOAT. That's a running joke. This right here is a running joke that the first male GOAT I'm ever going to have, or at least my favorite male GOAT, is going to be named Tom Brady. Again, this is being used as audio only podcast as well. The visuals are not super important. Just listen to what I'm saying. Let it resonate. Kick back, grab you something to drink, something to snack on, and yeah. And please listen to the whole thing, watch the whole thing, because I'm gonna do my best to make things simple and understandable. If you want to ask questions, if you want to help me, donate, assist me, or even work with me, you can comment below or email me. I understand that these type of videos, especially when on a new channel, small accounts, not very popular at all. I understand that this may hold a lot of value down the road. It may get more traction down the road, but I want to get this out because I'm literally going to be having people who want our services, who want to join us, who want to teach me, who want to learn from me to watch these videos early. So thank you all for watching. As I drink coffee in y'all ear at 4 o'clock in the morning. But who I am, just the founder, chief strategy officer, chief financial officer, and the host of the podcast and the YouTube channel. I'm a believer, father, provider. I'm a landscaper, researcher. I love animals. One important aspect is I am a black man from East Oakland who is talking about goats. So that's different. And it may sound like I just gave y'all a lot of jobs, a lot of titles, but let's remember people like George Washington Carver and Frederick Douglass had 10 different skill sets. They were authors, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, inventors. They had to carry they had to wear a lot of hats. And I'm sure you have a lot of talent too. So as I was sitting here writing it, I was like, damn, I really am all these things. What is your scapegoat? People gonna ask that a lot, so this video gonna actually be super helpful. What is your scapegoat? What is a business? What do you be talking about, Seven? What is all this goat stuff? Basically, we're in the goat business. We're a startup. We're in the early stages, but smart grazing is probably the main thing or one of the biggest things we'll be known for, but we plan on doing much more. So smart grazing, I'll explain that in a second. Just understand that it has a private benefit and a public benefit because we will be working on private residential lots or massive acres all the way down to your backyard to a 20-acre estate, helping with fire prevention, vegetation management, invasive species removal, environmental regeneration. Again, I'm going to explain exactly what smart grazing is in relation to these things. But also, a couple pieces that I think are missing with a lot of people is branding and content marketing, online courses, community, a place for people to really learn. And then we'll probably go into like milk products and much more because goats, they just have so many aspects to them. So again, one of the biggest things that I need these county governments to understand, organizations, homeowners associations, the federal government, CAL FIRE, FEMA, everybody. We need y'all to know that we do smart grazing. So, what is smart grazing? It's also known as targeted grazing or prescribed grazing. I'm think we probably want to stick with smart grazing because it just fits what I think about this process. And the process is simply letting goats eat vegetation, the end. And trust me, this like I could not believe that this was a real thing because it makes so much damn sense. It is letting goats do what they do, which is eat, hang out with their homies, use the bathroom, drop goat berries, right? Manure, fertilizer, go to sleep, repeat, which is what they would do anyway. But the smart grazing part of it, the targeted grazing, is letting the goats eat vegetation. You just simply control where they eat at any given time, usually using fencing and allowing them to browse in a specific area before moving on. That's essentially what it is. It's not too much more complex than that. And literally, that contributes to fire prevention, vegetation management, invasive species removal, environmental regeneration, and a few other things like aerating the soil, which again is environmental regeneration. A quick, I mean, if y'all want to pay me $1,000, $2,000 an hour to make y'all highly complex illustrations like this, y'all just let me know. But in a nutshell, you would get a plot of land that either you need to get grazed or a customer or literally a public entity. They'll call me and they'll say, look, you'll call me. You'll say, look, Seven, I need you to tighten all this up for all those reasons you said. I would simply section it off, say this square will be where they start. The goats would eat all the vegetation. Then we'd move them to a new enclosure. They'd eat the rest of that vegetation and proceed to follow that process until the end. It's like super simple. And it makes sense because trust me, while you may have heard goats can eat anything, they damn near will, right? Like literally, like make no mistake about that. It's a myth that they'll just eat every single thing on earth, but they will damn near chew up and digest or attempt to digest anything. The catch for those of us who love goats is we know damn well they shouldn't try to eat anything. But the middle ground and the powerful point I'm trying to make here is that there's so many things that's actually healthy for them. That's a massive list of things that they can eat, digest. A lot of it they really want to eat. And all we're doing is saying, hey, eat here. Then if you're still hungry, goats, you just send a gang over there. They eat over there. It's like it almost feels unreal to me that this not only is like a way to make money, but it blows my mind how many benefits it has for us as humans, for the environment. Is wild. When we talk about Your Scape Goat, which is our company, right? My personal mission. I mean, of course, I gotta make a profit. I'm a I'm a I'm a person who I try to do the right thing, but I don't sit back and bullshit people. I don't try to sit back and act like I'm holier than thou. I gotta make a couple dollars. But in that same breath, and again, I don't need to be well known. I want to be known well. If you know me, then I can confidently say you don't know me for nothing else than doing what I truly feel like I want to do, which a lot of times is personally motivated. So my personal mission with this concept, with this company, with the education, the media, and the Instagrams and the YouTubes and all that and whatever else is goat conservation. Because I just can't think of one good reason why I would not want to see a goat live a long life. But I'll touch on that towards the end of this. I want to live a smart and sufficient way of life. And goats can help you do that, especially because we have goals on getting bigger properties for our family, creating legacy, right? Creating great friendships. And I want a big piece of property where I can host and entertain friends. So I just want a piece of land that we can really do something good with, and goats seem to make a lot of sense. My personal mission also is to help my family escape that rat race. which is making sure our passive income is greater than our expenses. These are things I discuss on G14 System, my financial education and investing little podcast, YouTube platform. So go check that out if you want to. And then let's call it what it is. I literally, like after a day, 2 days of researching goat scaping, smart grazing, doing like deep dives, right? I could not believe that I would literally be contributing to the success of our state, our country, the world, instead of just being a beneficiary, instead of just sitting back and letting all these agencies and all these other smart grazing, targeted grazing companies do things for us. I realized, damn, like just hanging out with goats, dropping them off at work, which them going to work is literally clocking out for lunch. Imagine this: you get to clock out for lunch, never clock back in, and you still get the job done. And that job literally helps again with fire prevention and removing invasives, ecosystem regeneration. So there's a clear contribution to be made. And personally, that's something that I could be really proud of. Hey Siri, what's today's date?
It's Friday, the 15th of August, 2025.
So on August 4th, which is less than 2 weeks ago, August 4th, 2025, she know who she is, my lady, my love, the woman who's hands down been the greatest woman I've ever met and had the pleasure of, or the blessing of, like loving me and being with me. This is honest to God, like period. So look, even if look, I'm the type of dude, because again, I want to be known well. I don't need to be well known. Some things I really want y'all to know. Even if me and her fell out, this is the type of man I am. Even if me and the love of my life fell out, I couldn't take nothing away from her. Same with her, with me. I am a good person. We could fall out and she could hate me, but she couldn't take certain things away from me about my good heart and things that I've done for her, our children, whatever. So she said, we're going to own goats. We were having a conversation and she said it with such confidence. And for some reason, I'm telling you, it just resonated with me to kind of jump off the porch and into the rabbit hole literally 5 minutes later to see if it made any sense, because something just felt right. Like it just felt right. And literally from that, it was like the evening, sometime after 4 or 5 p.m. probably. By 12 p.m. the next day, August 5th, I was convinced this had something to it. Then I sat back and used my imagination. Shout out Neville Goddard, Cloud Bristol, Genevieve Baron, Florence Scovel Shinn, Earl Nightingale, all these people I've listened to. Napoleon Hill, the author of the book Think and Grow Rich, that just taught me that my mind and my imagination and thoughts mean something. So I sat back, did my little imagination thing, and thought about some things. Then I had my mind blown when, as a landscaper, I ended up really finding out about smart grazing or goat scaping. Now, hear me. I'm in Northern California. I'm in such a unique space because we're in and around Sacramento County, which is literally the most historic, the oldest and most historic part, essentially, of California. So there's a deep agricultural history here. So as I drive back and forth to the bay, as I do landscaping, we go certain places, we've seen goats grazing, but I didn't really attach the fact that this is like a real thing. I'm thinking maybe we're just passing by people's property who have goats, right? I didn't think this was a business opportunity. So when I dug deep into that, it blew my mind because I'm literally a landscaper. Like again, shout out Neville, man. Like every seed has its appointed hour, man. And it was time for me to know. And again, as a landscaper, I couldn't believe that these damn goats could do the job that I've been sweating, getting scratched by bushes, dealing with bugs, dealing with. Most of our customers have been amazing, but anybody who deals with a customer facing company knows that you get some customers who are rude, unreasonable, um, treat you like the help. Hate to say this, but it's true. Or some of them have been borderline racist, elitist. Very few, but we've given people just we went through a lot of shit as landscapers, and I couldn't believe that this was possible. And then I'm gonna tell y'all, this is gonna be a story that's talked about for the rest of my life. I saw a baby goat. I saw a photo of a baby goat, and that was the last straw. It was over. This was happening. The little goat got me, man. It got me because I don't have a heart like Hitler. Again, I want to be known well. I don't need to be well known. I am an alpha male. I am a male. I am a masculine male. I'm a man's man. For what it's worth, y'all, I'm a heterosexual male. I'm a, it's 2025, man. I'm just saying. Point I'm making is I just naturally am not into like soft things all like that. I don't have a heart like Hitler though, but I'm not an all, mushy kind of person. That's just never really been me. But I saw the photo of that goddamn baby goat, bro, and I was like, man, like goats look like this? And I didn't know that baby goats or goats in general have all these different color types. So I ended up looking through a bunch of photos of baby goats. They had these amazing color patterns. I never in my life knew that goats had that much variety and could be that fire, like they fur could be looking that dope. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling y'all, that was the last straw. It was over with. So that's pretty much how I got into this. Again, I eventually did more research and start tying all these things together, all the profit points, all the opportunities on top of the media and content side of it, YouTube, other things I'm gonna go into. And I was done. I was hooked. I didn't need no. 3 days later, I was looking to buy goats. Did I buy goats? Absolutely not. But I for sure was on like 2, 3 goat farms immediately, looking at goats, talking to the goat people. They were really cool too. So that's what happened. So where are we located? You can pause the video for those of y'all watching. Just know, for those of y'all listening, we're in Northern California. The best place, primary place I can tell you we'll be at is Sacramento County, Alameda County, Yolo County, um, yeah, and probably like surrounding counties, Amador, Placer, several other places. You know what I'm saying? For those of y'all watching the video, this is like a simple visual of where we predominantly operate, but everyone with a line under it is a place that I've already built connections with, talking to people, partnering with people, getting game, having people take me under their wing, man, and teach me. So again, if y'all still watching, y'all still rocking with me, I want to say thank you. Subscribe to the channel, comment, and let me know y'all whys. Why do you like goats? Why are you in a goat business? Why do you milk goats? I don't really want to hear about people who use them for meat. I'm not really into that. So, you can keep that to yourself. But tell me why you listening to me, why you watch my channel. And let's talk about my whys. Because I have more than one for sure. So why did I start doing this? Um, to do something I enjoy, to escape the rat race, as I was saying. I don't hide it. I don't apologize for having personal and financial motivations. And it was definitely, and it hit me once I like got like 2, 3 days into like really researching this and like realizing, oh shit, this is like it has so many opportunities. I can be around animals. I can grow our landscape company. One thing again about landscaping is think about this. How many times have me and my girl, because we got our own company, have we thrown vegetation away, right? There was absolutely no use for it in our eyes. So we're cutting down all this vegetation, cleaning up all these yards, and then paying extra money, doing extra work to take it to the dump. When literally we're throwing away like what a goat would call a buffet. You know what I'm saying? So that shit motivated me to see what was to this. Then the content and information, I'm gonna touch a little bit more on that. But I always want to have like a YouTube channel, but I'm not really interested in being super popular. I don't want to parade my family around the internet. That just doesn't interest me. You know what I'm saying? But with goats, I realize shit. Every time I watched a video about goats, I probably watched the entire video, no matter how good or bad it was. Goats are just content gold. So I enjoyed it. Um, Another why is, why do I see a play here? Because I have depth of vision. I use my imagination. I try to see things, and my mindset before I ever knew anything about goats, my mindset was to trust my inner being. I don't want to build somebody else's castle, which is why I already had a company. Right, we already run our own situation. Thank God. Um, I have support. I get real love. I'm blessed. So I seen a play here because I know once I start growing this thing, it's gonna be several people, if not dozens of people, who see what I'm trying to do and definitely get behind me. I also fell forward. I've made so many mistakes in life, but I also realized that every failure brings with it an equivalent, if not greater, opportunity, which is something that I learned in that book, Think and Grow Rich, over 10, 12 years ago. And I'm a black man from East Oakland. I'm gonna leave that there, but it hit different. I think different, I operate different, I have different motivations, different expectations. Why do I see a play here? A lot of people probably wonder this, so I'm really thankful for anybody listening because, man, um, again, this is not to hate on nobody because I'm as guilty as anybody else. I've been as guilty as anybody else. But some people are actually sheeple. You know what I'm saying? They just follow the herd without thought. And again, I've been as guilty of this as anybody, but most people don't think for themselves, man. They just follow what some influencer or somebody with influence or a quote unquote authority have to say about a thing instead of applying their real world experience, their ideas. So once I started doing research, and this is the beauty of obviously the internet, the Googles, the chat GPTs of the world, the YouTubes. I watched so many videos, read so many blog posts, looked at so many webinars to where you start seeing what ideas seem good, what ideas don't seem great. Or how one person had an idea, then I watch another video where the guy says, hey, we used to do it like this, which is similar to the last video I saw. And he's like, no, but now we do it like this. Or the lady will say, now we do it like this, and break down all the advantages of not doing it the same ancient ass way. So I saw a play there, obviously, because there's there's room for innovation. There's inefficiency in the market. This is not a very popular topic, so not many people are really motivated and inspired to do certain things. So, like, right quick, y'all tell me if y'all heard this story because this fits into what I'm saying. It was like a Christmas dinner, and there was a daughter. Let's call her the daughter. She was getting ready to put a bunch of food in a crock pot. It's like an heirloom crock pot that the family been using. Her grandmama used it, her mama used it, and she been seeing it be used her whole life. Now that she's older, she asked her mom, like, hey, we got all this food. It don't fit in the crock pot. Like, why do we even use this little ass crock pot? So she asked her mom that, right? And her mom was like, I actually don't know. I just know that my mom been using it forever. So mom go ask her mom. Like, that's a good question. So mom go ask her mom, who's obviously the grandmother. And after talking to the grandmother essentially in a roundabout way says, I just been using it because my grandmother used it. And this story just simply shows that the grandmother kind of revealed a deeply ingrained habit that's in the minds of millions, which is like, it's been done that way before. So this is kind of why I do it that way with no real thought behind it. You know what I'm saying? Goats are content gold. They're going to help us with our tax reduction strategies in the real estate and agricultural area. Um, they definitely fit into my synergistic business model. Just think about this. I go do a landscape job where I cut down a bunch of trees, a bunch of forage and shrubbery in somebody's backyard in Sacramento, right? A regular non-agricultural backyard, but say it's a big backyard. That's literally goat food. So now instead of wasting it, driving to the dump, adding extra labor, I can end up just going back to go to my goat headquarters where I got my goats chilling, waiting for me to come back and feed them the debris that literally I would have thrown away and saw as invaluable. Then, of course, they eat it, they get healthy, they love me more because what goat doesn't love when you feed them? They use the bathroom, which is fertilizer. Some of them gonna make milk. Um, I'm gonna get tax write-offs because of where real estate investing as well. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but go ahead on and do some Googling, do some YouTubing, and understand how you can mix agriculture with real estate investing to not only create profits in a business or rent it out, but also it has massive tax benefits. Again, man, just goats make too much damn sense. And again, they are content gold. All right, YouTube, social media, blogs, online courses, newsletters. Like I can just see this space growing and growing and growing, and I hope to be in the vanguard of that as it continues to get more popular, which is it's already wildly popular. Like people love goats. They just do. How am I putting myself in a position to win? If I say anything that's of value to y'all, also excuse me if I drink in y'all ear. Look, man, I want y'all to treat me like I'm your play cousin, like I'm your big brother or your little brother. So love me when I'm on point, love me when I mess up, love me when I do great things, annoying things, like how I'm about to sip this coffee out this Batman cup in y'all ear. It's one of them things those of us who make content know. Sometime in the midst of making content, you don't know what people can hear, what they can't hear, what you're gonna edit out, what you're gonna accidentally leave in the video. So yeah, it's 4:52 in the morning, August 15th. So I'm gonna drink this coffee because I got probably 15 other pieces of content to make after this presentation. But anyway, stay with me now. So how? How I'm putting myself in position to win. So first off, I'm trusting myself and my ability to stay the course while also making sure that I'm willing to self-correct. I mean, things don't always go how you want them to go. I understand that certain things will be a challenge, other things will be more successful than I ever imagined, but I'm ready to pay my dues, put the work in, and see what's to this shit, right? So I'm taking it serious without taking myself too serious. One of the things that I naturally did, and it took me a couple days to really realize what I was doing, was I was taking it serious, but I knew I had to plan for this. Like anything else, man, it's not something you want to jump into. It's not something that you want to play with. If for no other reason than these two reasons. You don't want to be out here going broke, messing your life up, creating more stress over some damn goats. Much as I like goats, hey, look, it ain't worth stressing out or going broke over. But also these goats are alive. This is life we're dealing with. And I gotta look myself in the mirror, man. Like hear me when I say this. I gotta look myself in the mirror. So I realized I had to plan, learn about goats, because the more you learn, the more you realize that goats are actually not the hardest thing to keep if you're prepared. Have your ducks in a row, have your goats in a row. You know what I'm saying? Have your basics together, understand what you're trying to do, look for ways to increase the profit, reduce the expenses, increase the success, reduce the liabilities. These are things I was already locked in with long before I knew about a damn goat. But I definitely am proud of myself for this, and I'm sure, especially those who genuinely care about goats, animals, or just they get a good feeling in their heart when they hear somebody say, "Look, I'm out here doing shit the right way." I know y'all gonna be proud of me, man. I know some of y'all who genuinely love goats and might have 30 years of loving and dealing with goats. They gonna respect that because anybody with a good heart don't want to know that you not planning, not preparing, or not standing on business with these goats is the reason why you got a dead baby goat or a dead goat or a bunch of sick, dying goats. I mean that shit seriously. So, how again, the how I'm getting this off the ground, what I'm doing is I'm investing in myself for the long term. So again, that's preparation, setting up ideas, trying to get contracts, trying to get people who want to hire my goats, trying to find several ways to profit, several ways to keep them entertained. I'm not gonna be perfect. In no way, shape, or form am I from the front like I'm about to be the fucking saint, the God's gift to goats. But I guarantee you, I got a passion to do things right. So I want to learn the things that I think will really separate my company, separate us as a learning platform, separate us as just a brand. So I'm learning about plants, soil, the climate. Shout out Nana. I know a soil scientist, a woman who literally has her masters in like environmental science with an emphasis on like soil, or I forgot how she worded it, but yeah, man, I'm learning about fire science and fire fuels like carpet fuels, ladder fuels, crown fuels, which is the carpet fire, the ladder fire, the crown fire. Um, and then I'm trying to help others and share what I learned over the next months and years to motivate, educate. Y'all know how that go. Um, Another how I'm getting this off the ground, how I plan on making this, how I plan on making this relevant, how I plan on being smart with my movements, but the concept of media, marketing, and teaching. So using media, content marketing to get your word out there, every other form of marketing, paid ads, referrals, affiliate, B2B, things like that. But the content side, the marketing side is crazy. Like I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed learning about goats. So how I'm trying to get this thing off the ground is because I realize there's so much to learn, meaning that there's so much to teach. Also, there's a whole side of entertainment because the internet has two purposes. The entire 6 billion, 7 billion, the population of 7 billion people on earth go on the internet for one of two things, if not a hybrid of both: to be educated or to be entertained. And I've listened to enough information where there are some great people out there. There's a lot of contradictory information, like a lot of contradictory information. There are some great innovative ideas out there, while I would argue many people are kind of, we need to refresh our ideas in this entire space, from the content to the grazing to the medical to the fencing. There's so much opportunity there. So that's why I'm trying to get this off the ground early and encourage people to reach out, encourage people to understand that I'm the person that they want to talk to, and encourage people to hire me, obviously. And how I'm doing that is through my media, my marketing, and my teaching efforts. I created the GOAT conversation. Um, the vast majority of y'all should know about it either now or by the time you hear about this. So y'all know it's YouTube, it's a platform, it's a podcast, it's some type of online presence. So that is what that is. I'll let that. If you don't know about it, then I haven't done my job yet as far as getting the word out. So goat conservation. Let the damn goats live their best life. Stop being a hater. I kind of found that funny at 3 o'clock in the morning. But this is just my stance. This is my position. This is my initial stance that I truly think is going to be something I stick by. Goats are clearly unique in so many ways. From everything I'm learning in 2025 to all the way down to the fact you can go into Greek mythology and all this about half human, half goats and all that, like human history, goats have been like a thing. Which again, being a black man from East Oakland, goats never meant anything to me. What is a goat? Who cares about a goat? But goats are very unique. And I instantly knew that goats are way more valuable alive than being butchered. This is just the word butchered is actually what they call it. Slaughtered, butchered for meat, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same shit. The goat not coming back home. All right. You took him for a little ride and he not coming back home, bro. So I instantly knew that, like, okay, somebody's missing something here. With all the shit I laid out in my mind, I'm like, there's no way that these goats are more valuable being butchered. I also can't come up with one good reason to use them for meat. I can come up with, I came up with easily, even if only a percentage of these things work, I came up with 25 plus ways that goats could be profitable and useful. And yet I couldn't come up with one good reason to use them for meat. One, is because I'm in the United States. I don't even eat goat meat. I'm not knocking nobody who do, no culture who do. I have never desired goat meat in my life. I have no intention on desiring it. So I can't come up with a good reason why they shouldn't live a long life. And then on a side note, not super important to everybody, but goats, some goats are at risk of extinction. Now, again, I grew up, you would have to know this, man. Like, life is so crazy, but when I grew up, I took to watching Animal Planet. It was a show called Nova. Y'all can look that up on YouTube. I just watched a couple episodes. It was a show called Nova. It was a show called like Wild America. You can pull that up on YouTube too. I forgot what my guy's name is, man. I wish I could. He was my guy. But I just genuinely could watch and learn about animals all day. Like the older we get, sometimes we get away from things. I usually call them like recessed memories, and not recessed in a way of traumatic or something I wanted to forget. It's just when you live your life, I mean, shit, time passes and you don't think about certain things. But as I saw that baby goat last week, dead ass serious, as I've been looking into goats, as I saw goats in real life and seen them come up to me like dogs and want to be petted and all this shit, I realized, like, damn, like, I really fucking love animals, but I would really like be blessed if I could make millions of dollars and be out the rat race and be totally have no other motivations, or have no other obligations to make money and just be able to live how I want to live. I would probably fuck with dogs, reptiles, and goats. I love animals, man. I love animals. So with them goats at risk of extinction, if I can play any part in the reason they thrive, again, I gotta look myself in the mirror. I'm not the kind of person that's gonna cry over a goat, except the ones I probably babied and bottle fed and then had for years. But that's with anything, right? But I'm not trying to be the saint of goats. The point I'm making is that, like, with everything I've learned so far and everything I'm about to do and dedicate myself to, I just can't see no reason why I wouldn't want to help them. But to keep it super practical, everything I'm doing, if we look at it from a bigger a bigger like bird's eye view, the fact that I want to keep the goats alive and I see them extremely valuable means that I'm automatically in a goat conservation kind of space, because I sincerely believe that their value will increase with every acre they clear, every invasive species they remove, and every wildfire they help prevent. That's can be like a little quote that I came up with, that I've been like, I think I'm gonna put on my wall. Like, the full quote is, our goats will never be sent to slaughter. Their value increases with every acre they clear, every invasive species they remove, every wildfire they help prevent. So, for those of y'all again who really love goats, um, look, like I say, I'm not finna go broke. I'm not finna spend my last dollar on trying to save no goat. I'm not finna fight nobody or scream at and be mad at nobody who want to eat goat meat. But I want to be a part of the conservation efforts. And this one woman, I'm gonna probably put her in a YouTube video. Hopefully, I'll meet her. Y'all might be able to find her on YouTube. She literally, as I went through hundreds of videos about goats, she said the San Clemente Island goat. She actually has, I think she exclusively has those on her homestead because she loves the goats, but also they're endangered. So now she's borderline become like a sanctuary for these goats. And they're beautiful goats. I mean, like beautiful. So I was like, damn, this is actually a thing. And as you see here, those of y'all who watching, I got on this, or those of y'all who listening on the screen, I got just like a little screenshot I took and just talking about how several goat breeds are classified as endangered, including the certain Spanish goats, an American pygmy, Rove goat, the San Clemente Island goat. So this is actually a thing. You know what I mean? Um, and again, just to kind of wrap this conservation concept up, I'm not a vegan. Okay, let's keep it real. So I'm not saying, oh, eating meat is bad. I'm not knocking people. I don't condemn anybody who disagrees. I'm literally not saying that there's any logic behind my choice. But the beauty of being in America and the beauty of being an American citizen, a naturalized, born here American citizen, is I don't have to apologize for my position. I don't have to justify my position, right? I'm bringing it up to those I care about. I'm bringing it up to y'all that's listening, but I don't have to justify or apologize for it. Even though, again, I can't say that there's great logic behind it. I'm just looking at it like this. I have no interest in harming goats or seeing goats, get hurt, get butchered, whatever. And if this shit go how I want it to go, and if they help me take care of my family, why the hell wouldn't I take care of the goats? All right, so right quick, goat story time, kind of in line with why I'm so passionate about this, the goat conservation. For sure trying to make millions of dollars messing with these goats, but it feels right because genuinely the opportunity that's clearly there, you can go research it, has everything to do with letting goats basically live their life. But the story time is basically like, so last week, me and my girl literally pulled up on several people who were selling goats on Craigslist. Shit blew my mind. Like, what? And the prices was crazy cheap. Like, one dude wanted $100. The most anybody wanted for any valid looking goat was like 300 or 400, which blew my mind. Like, I can't believe they so damn cheap. Again, for what I need them for. I don't need a prize goat, a Louis Vuitton goat. Okay, but this one goat, as we were at this farm, I guess it is. This one goat got his horn stuck as we sitting there talking to the caretaker, the breeder, whatever he was. So we just talking and talking, but me and my girl seeing that the horns got stuck. And I don't know if the guy saw it or if the shit happened every 2 minutes, so he tired of freeing goats. I don't know, but the goat literally got his horn stuck in like this little feed trough thing. And I promise you, this is wild as hell. My girl can validate this. The goat with his head stuck was trying to get out, and another goat was using his horns and like I'm telling you, gently pushing the goat that was stuck. Then once it did that like 3 or 4 times and nothing happened, it made some noise. I don't know what goats do. I don't know what they own, gang. I don't know what they own. But I'm telling you, he called out to the homies, and now 2, 3, 4 goats come walking up. Seriously walking up. So we tell the guy, hey man, the goat stuck. He was a super chill dude. He seemed like a good guy. So I'm not sure if he even knew it was happening. Because as soon as we said it, he had a look of like, oh shit, let me free the goat. Like, and he freed the goat, and literally the other goats kind of crowded around. Like in my heart, I could be putting this on extra, but in my heart and in my girl heart, it seemed like they was checking on folks. They was supporting their homie, and then they was talking to him like, "Damn, bro, you all right? Boy, you almost fucked up, boy." But we had your back though, and I cracked the joke like, none of the goats could get the goat. None of the other goats could help the goat get unstuck. But I remember thinking, like, as they stood around waiting for the man to get the goat out, I could hear them saying, like, look, I'll be here in support. I'll play a support role. Like I'll I'll encourage you to hold on and wait for help. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna stand right here and make sure nothing eats you or nothing, right? While you waiting for our homie to come free you. And that's just how I felt. And that blew my fucking mind. I couldn't believe like how alive, aware, how loyal, how like dedicated to each other these goats seemed. And for what it's worth, just for what it's worth, man, right? Because this is not a conversation I feel like I need to have every day, all day. But for what it's worth, I don't think my daughters would be happy about me willingly sending goats to be butchered. They wouldn't hate me. They love me. I'm their superhero. And I'm sure that they're going to love me for the rest of their life. But I asked one of my daughters, because I asked them both, do they want to become veterinarians? They both said no. So when the second one said no, I inquired a little bit more. And she straight up told me, like, Daddy, it would make me too sad to either have to put an animal down or tell someone that the animal died. So enough said. Time is the most valuable thing you have. So thank you for spending some with me.